narcissists or narcissism. There isn't any such thing. First of all, let's get real. There's lower vibrational frequency and higher vibrational frequency. Fear is the lower vibrational frequency. Love is the most highest of high vibrational frequencies. And they are opposites. I mean, diametric, it's not even oil water, because they ain't mixing at all. But what is that? Well, fear is coming from your unknown. You can look at that many ways, especially fear can, right? But what we're saying is, it's like, well, you're kind of blind of something. You don't know something, so you're going to have a lot of fear, of course. That is not a bad thing. That is actually natural. That is being innocent. That is being, I was going to say young, but really it's just that's the nature of having gotten into a human body. Unfortunately, we are so helpless at around about this size, you know, going from getting up to be a toddler still. The important thing to know, which is the fascinating thing to know, is what human effort has gathered on the subject matter of child psychology. Child psychology is different than when you're an adult. Say, we're talking about from the moment we are born, or even before, when you're in the womb, receiving energy from mom, whether it's fear or love, is very important. So when we talk about fear or love, what is that? What is love? Well, let's say human. It's perfectly human. But and so we know that if you've listened to a lot of my material most recently that has narcissism on the title that's talking about it, we are pinpointing that. It's not me here, you know, I'm not being biased, but narcissists in general, they've gotten their diagnosis or whatever. It's so in shades of gray. We're looking at human versus non-human. Anyway, getting back to being perfectly human, the highest vibrational frequency being love, which is most intelligent, and it's very scientific. It's just makes sense. And so anyway, I wanted to talk about some details of the cartoon land that can encapsulate and be a big part of life for a lot of people, but it's not worth it. I mean, boy, there's a lot of that going on that people say, oh no, that's just normal, but it's like, well, wow, I hate to be felt left out of all this stuff, you know. Really, spare me. Jesus, was that you? I'm just kidding. I'll be right there. I had something to say here. It's a lower vibrational frequency subject matter. So particularly, I find myself just wanting to just and then go step up higher. Okay, well, what are we actually talking about here? And you know, it's about, boy, I hate to just start poking, get the hot poker, poke right at the cow or whatever, but it's like, it's about intelligence level. It's about your intelligence, true intelligence. People don't know, and people think that they get intelligence from school. It's like, oh, interesting. It's important to be able to grasp subject matter by the horns, and certainly don't be subjected by it. I trip out on that word subject matter, subjected. Anyway, there's object and subject. Anyway, I guess subject has to do with, like, mainly, like, it's not an object, right? We don't pick it up and say, here, this is, and bop them on the head with it, and then put it down. That's easy to deal with. We can take the freedom physically in all in all dimensions and look at the truth of the object, but the subject matter is different. This could have something to do with what I was originally talking about. Let's say that subject matter is the mind. Yes, it's like, well, what is being subjected? Why is it a subject all of a sudden? Isn't it just there and you're free to see for yourself? No, your mind is a whole, it's a filtration system. I mean, it's a whole other world, unfortunately, that you are going to subject other people to. How do you like it so far? My particular radiation. Oh, I'm laughing because if we take all 700 and how many now? 70 videos? That's not all, folks. We've just begun with our, well, we have Neptune moving backwards. I was talking about now, can I handle how it really is the higher vibrational frequency of it all? That's what we're supposed to do here. It's really difficult at times to maintain that. Why? Well, because first of all, there's discipline. They talk about discipline, babes. It's not Sunday yet right now, but I'm gonna start talking about it. What is that? It's the main thing to go general, babes, is just whip this out in 6 minutes. It's to do the opposite of the compulsory suggestion. Why? Because the 80% of people are not accessing their true intelligence. So they are in their safety zone under the influence of fear, which says, here, just follow this direction right here and be safe. It's like, what about life? Life isn't safe. Real life isn't. If you're really going to get something, make a breakthrough and get something done, it's always dangerous. For what? Let's talk about that subject matter again. The mind. The mind. The mind is the one, if you ever want to talk about a synonym, mind, fear, and narcissist are synonymous. Comment section down